Hi everyone, today we're going to be going through an analysis of the Kentucky Senate race. This is obviously the race with Mitch McConnell, the Republican incumbent senator. It's a very interesting race, it's a fascinating race in fact, because there is a Democratic opponent named Allison Lundergan, not Allison Lundergan Grimes, that was his former opponent. There's the opponent called Amy McGrath, and this opponent has proved to be interesting. Seems a very solid opponent on paper, however, has had some stumbles in the first week of her candidacy, and we're going to go through some of all of this information, and we're going to be taking a look at this, who will obviously be the candidate there. You also got the approval rating, which we'll be looking at, which is absolutely disastrous for McConnell. You also got his previous election. We have Trump's approval rating here, and we also have this information from Politico about the fundraising. So let's get right into it. So, as for the 2020 U.S. Senate election in Kentucky, obviously Mitch McConnell going to win that primary. The former state representative C. Wesley Morgan will likely not provide a serious primary challenge to Mitch McConnell. As for Mitch McConnell's endorsements, right now only President Donald Trump has endorsed him. I assume that will change once the race gets heated up. Out of these Democratic candidates who have declared, obviously Amy McGrath of the clear front runner in this sense, and so it's going to be interesting to see how Amy McGrath does. She's the clear front runner. We don't see any of these candidates jumping into the race because they know that Amy McGrath is a clear choice. The only person who I might maybe see jumping in could in fact be Allison Lundergan Grimes, but she ran before and she knows she probably won't win again, given the partisan nature of today's politics. So they're probably going to throw all their support behind Amy McGrath and hope that she can save her fundraising to take on Mitch McConnell, just like Mitch McConnell won't spend more than a penny on the primary against the former state representative there. So it's going to be interesting. And if we take a look at Amy McGrath, right, she ran for the Kentucky 6th congressional district in 2018. She ran a progressive campaign. However, that has since changed. She now regards herself as, quote, a pro-Trump Democrat. In a CNN interview, she stated that, Trump is trying to do all these wonderful things, but Mitch McConnell is blocking him from doing those things, so I'm a pro-Trump Democrat who's against Mitch McConnell's corruption. It's yet to see if that will work, but right now, the clear front runner, Amy McGrath, if we take a look at the polling that has been conducted so far, right now Mitch McConnell against a generic Democrat. In 2019, this is the most recent poll, Mitch McConnell had 45% to 42%. That's a 3-point lead. That doesn't mean anything at all this far out, and given how far out we are, and just given the whole situation right now. So, moving on to the next bit of data, this is the Morning Consult Approval Tracking Poll. As you can see right now, the most unpopular senator is the head of the whole Senate. It is the Republican Mitch McConnell, and right now, his approval rating is in the dump. His approval rating is 36%. Only 36% of voters approve of the job that he is doing, and 36% there is lower. There's Gary Peters at 34% and Tom Tillis at 33%. But as a net approval rating, Mitch McConnell's is the worst, and he also has the highest disapproval rating. His disapproval rating is 50%. half of the people in his home state, the red state of Kentucky, disapprove of the job Mitch McConnell is doing. So far, it looks as if, based on the Senate election, this one, and the approval rating, this is like a leaning Democratic seat. Amy McGrath could pull this one off. However, not so fast, because this is the 2014 Senate race. You've got Mitch McConnell and Allison Lundergan Grimes. And Mitch McConnell also didn't have very good approval ratings back then. And so, back then, right, you have, back then, Mitch McConnell's approval ratings was not good, like they are now. Mitch McConnell obviously easily wins the primary, Lundergan Grimes easily wins the primary. And then if we take a look at the polling data, this is the like worst poll, I guess, 47% to 40%. This is like done the furthest out. But then once you get closer to the election, there's a clear winner here, and it is the Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell, and he went on to win by a landslide. He went on to win there by 16 points, making it, technically speaking, a safe Republican seat. 15% plus is safe. So when you look at that, you might say, well, the approval, he did well in the last election, and he did. So Mitch McConnell does, in fact, stand a chance. Right now, Trump's approval rating is positive 15 in Kentucky, and he's on the ballot in Kentucky. Right, and so that's not very good news for Amy McGrath. And given that, it looks harder for Amy McGrath to win, given how Trump's approval rating is high. Mitch McConnell, look, he's won for he's been winning for a while. Like, if you go all the way back, it's gonna load for us. I believe he was elected in 1996. I could be wrong about that. No, he might have been elected in 1990. Oh goodness, that looks interesting. 1984, I believe, was the first one. Yeah. Okay, so in 1984, he has been winning ever since 1984. It's like, well, back then he was Jefferson County executive. Like, this is really, like, he's been winning for a long time. He won in 1984. He won in 1990. This is 2 wins. He won in 1996. Make that 3 wins. He won in 2002. That's 4 wins. He won in 2008. That is 5 wins. And he won in 2014. That's 6 wins. So he's going for his 7th win here. And given that he's won 6 times before, it's hard to take down an incumbent, especially someone with that kind of power. And yes, his approval rating is low. Last bit of little data here. Fundraising. Okay, Kentucky cash update. First in playbook. Blah blah blah. Okay, $11.2 million for his re-election since 2015. Including more than $3 million in cash on. $3 million in the second quarter. He has $7.9 million in cash on hand. Amy McGrath, $2.5 million on the first day. So, looking overall, when you combine Trump's approval rating, his previous elections, his approval rating is not good at all. But if you take in all the factors, in my mind, Mitch McConnell does end up on top. He takes this one by a leaning Republican margin. He wins by about 5 percentage points here, 4 to 5 percentage points, and so that ends up Mitch McConnell wins over Amy McGrath, and so, yeah, 47 Republicans, 47 Democrats. Next up, there's going to be a bit of a change of schedule here. We're going to go to Alabama, then Georgia, and then North Carolina. We're not going to go straight to Michigan. So we're going to go Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, New Hampshire, Maine. Because then we're going in the south, and then up to Michigan, and then into the the northeast. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really interesting, this race between Mitch McConnell and the Democrat. Thank you for watching. Good night.